Hey guys, welcome to your local agent podcast, episode six. Uh, six. My name is Joseph Venegas, or JV for short, and today I'm accompanied by.
Hi, I'm Jennifer.
Awesome, Jennifer. Talk to me more a little bit about what you do and where you're calling from.
The state agent here in Ohio and specialize in the Cleveland area. That's where I live. Go Cavs. Have
Kevin.
um, um,
Awesome.
I got into real estate for a lot of different reasons. Was being a real estate investor myself, and seeing the need, a quality agent clients.
Ah, yeah. I mean, you should have answered my first question. Is like, what inspired you to start your career in real estate, and how did you get started? You should have answered that question. Right? You should have answered that question already. But like. Can you talk about like a personal interest or hobby that you feel influences your work as a realtor? Is there any personal interest or hobby?
So not a little bit, but my personal interest, um, most, obviously family first, and then also dreams to be a millionaire.
Awesome. So, in your opinion, what are the most important qualities for a successful real estate agent, and how do you embody those qualities in your work?
In my opinion, the only quality you need to have, but obviously have a passion for it. You need, like real estate, take the L's that you have to take in real estate, all glamorous. Um, have to want to help people. Once you know what I'm saying, genuine about it, then the rest is easy.
Mm. So I see in your Instagram you like to mention people a lot. You post other people's stories. And of course, I'm eternally grateful for that. Is there any reason behind why you do this type of stuff on your Instagram? Are you trying to like promote other businesses? Are you trying to promote other realtors? What just sort of um what do you sort of influences that?
I'm all about sharing knowledge and anything, say that I feel that my followers would. So from another agent or a lender, or, you know, I will share it because, again, you're genuine about what you do. It's not about who gets the client. The work will come, the referrals will come when you're a genuine, best foot forward every time. But yes, I do. Some of my co agents in my brokerage a lot. Shout out Brandon and Jordan. We're kind of like a team together. We do promotions together. We do home buyer seminars together. We support each other. We share clients. Again, it's all about, everybody can go. Everybody can go. There's room for everybody. And so we just love to support each other, obviously within the brokerage, but then, outside the brokerage as well.
Awesome, awesome. So how you really got in touch with your brokerage? How what was like like when you first got into a brokerage? Was your expectations like they will help me out with whatever I have to do, or you feel like I'm gonna influence them, or like I'm gonna teach them what I know, and then we could learn from each other? Was that sort of your thought process behind joining a brokerage, or how was it?
Yeah, so it's interesting how that happened. So I recently became more in touch with my spiritual side and my relationship with God. And God actually led me to the brokerage that I'm in right now through Brandon. Um, but when I did meet my broker, Mr. Cartwright, he did have everything that I was desiring. I really needed a mentor and someone to guide me because of my background is actually in healthcare. So that's all my healthcare stuff back there. But again, in helping people, real estate is kind of an extension of that, but I just needed some help. So Mr. Cartwright has been in the industry for over 30 years. He has a wealth of experience. He has worked with, investors, first time home buyers. He's done commercial, he's done residential, he does out of state stuff. He's very involved in all of the, community things that are going on, and local and national committees and stuff like that. And so he really had everything that I needed. I was looking for a brokerage that could provide property management for my investments, um, obviously mentorship and guidance, without having to go through multiple people. So we're a small brokerage, so there is no like middleman between me and Mr. Cartwright. I could just call him up and be like, "Yo, like this is what I have going on. What do you think? This is what I'm thinking. Do you think that's the right thing to do?" Because he done been through and seen it all. So basically, it was just the perfect fit. And so I went ahead and signed on the dotted line, passed my boards, and here I am.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm also like I'm also very religious. You know, I believe in God. God has always put me in the position. God put me in the place that I am right now. And as long as I have another day to live, then there's another day to be grateful of. Which I'm truly grateful for that. As well as helping people, right? Helping people has always been one of my passions. And the reason I actually started I even started making these videos because I want to give exposure to even to new agents and experienced agents. You know, a place where people and agents alike, could gather information from each other. So really helping other people has also been my passion, and because God is love that guy,
Yes, yes, you have to pray every day, read your Bible every day, and God will guide you where you need to go. And it's such a good feeling to know that you are on the path that God set for you, that you're not off path, and just have that peace beyond all understanding that they talk about in the Bible. It's a real thing, and it can be achieved. So yeah.
truly, truly. Now, what I like to do in this podcast, I like to put some game shows in between, just to test your knowledge and just to have a little fun. So far, this next session I like to call fact or fiction, just to get a good read on how good you know your market. And basically, I only had one realtor out of five to get all these correct. So hopefully, I can
Ooh,
have the second one. Hopefully, I
let's
can
see
have the
how
second.
let's see how I do.
Let's see. So, fact or fiction? The Ohio housing market is currently experiencing a seller's market due to a shortage of available homes for sale. Is this
That's
fact?
fact.
Yep. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. One for one is a fact. Now, so the second one, fact or fiction? The Ohio housing market has been relatively affordable compared to other states, with a median home price below the national median. Is fact or
That's a
fiction?
fact.
Hmm. Oh, it's fiction. It's fiction.
Oh,
Yeah, it says the median sale price of homes in Ohio has been rising, with a 3.9 increase in February 2023 compared to the previous year. Uh, um, the homes around Ohio is 2006. Yeah, is way lower. Yeah, it's just all I gotta say is lower. It's lower.
I was gonna say maybe I'm just thinking of Cleveland, but I know Cleveland definitely lower than the national
Yeah,
average.
Cleveland
We
is.
get a lot of out of
Yeah,
town investors buying homes because they are so cheap.
yeah. Cleveland is a hot market for investors. That's the fact that I do know. It's a hot market for investors.
Yeah,
So
so I guess I was just thinking more of Cleveland proper.
yeah, it's fine. Well, fact. Now the last one is fact or fiction. The Ohio housing market has experienced a significant increase in demand for homes with outdoor living space and home offices due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Fact.
Yeah, that's fact. Yeah, that had to be. That was a no.
That's an easy one.
That's an easy one. That's an easy. That was really an easy one. Just to hop back on track. This is who do you typically work with, and why do you enjoy working with that particular group of clients?
I actually enjoy working with, well, number one, any client, you know,
Mm-hmm.
buying, selling, investors, you know what I'm saying? Because it's my passion. That's what I like to do. But my kind of niche, or what I really love to work with, is first time home buyers.
Hmm. How so?
Well, there's just a certain level of excitement and how do I put, like, how helpful I can be to them, that just really makes me excited. Like every home, whether it's an investor or whoever, it feels like I'm buying a house myself. And I just get so excited for my clients when they find the right house and like they're there. You know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
it. This is could be forever. It could turn into an investment property. It can be, given down through your family. And, just that feeling of home ownership, it reminds me of my first time because it wasn't easy. A lot of us, didn't come from money or anything. We had to just work for what we had. And it's an exciting milestone that I love to participate in with my clients.
Well, yeah, majority of realtors, like the realtors I previously put on my podcast, said investors. Like they like to work with investors and especially and home buyers as well, because home buyers is really an exciting feeling. But I want to know your thoughts on investors. Have you ever worked with an investor, and what's your thoughts on working with them?
So the investors have a long, wide array. So
Mhm.
some of them are just brand new starting out and are looking for advice. Some of them have a specific thing that they're looking for, a specific neighborhood. Some of them, are obviously out of state and are looking to us to really guide them about like where the up and coming areas are in Cleveland. So there's a whole wide array of investors. I like working with investors too because I'm one myself. And so I just love sharing my knowledge and whatever knowledge that they can, share with me so that I could become a better investor myself. So yeah, some of them are real specific and other ones are a little more, just like whatever you think is good for me, I'll do. And so I just kind of, every client is different, whether they're investors or, first time home buyers or buying a second home, whatever the case may be. I just tailor my services to whatever the client needs.
Oh, so you're a real estate investor. I have some quick questions, and just to test my knowledge on this is, what's your thoughts on like because I know there's things like house hacking. There's the is it the BRR or Burr method? What is it called? The BRR method.
Bird.
There's the Burr method. Then there's the creative financing. I just want to know. I just want to get your thought. Oh yeah, there's also subject to, which I'm not really known of, but I recently got in contact with Pace Morby. I received one of his live show. I got so excited there. Fangirled on it. But that's the story for another day, though. But yeah, I just want to know, like, what's your thoughts on those types of methods, and any other methods or pieces of advice?
Yes, since I like the first time home buyer, my absolute favorite is a house hack. So what you can do is, buy you a 2 to 4 unit property with an FHA, or here in Cleveland, we actually have Cleveland Housing Network has a product similar to an FHA loan, but it's actually better because it's considered a first time. It's not for first time home buyers, it's for anyone. It's considered a sorry, I'm losing my train of thought.
It's fine.
Um,
I'll jot that down right now. That's a gemstone right there. What was it?
yeah,
What again?
it's considered a conventional loan. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. It's considered a conventional loan, which is a lot easier to kind of push through than an FHA loan, and you only need 3% down. And so right now it's only in Cuyahoga and Lorain counties here in the Cleveland area. But anyway, so you get it a 2 to 4 unit property. You put 3 to 5% down. You live in one of the units and you rent the other ones out. And usually you make a profit. If you don't make a profit, at least you'll be living for free. And so it's a great, opportunity for first time home buyers to get that first property, get a investment property without having to put the 20% down, 20 to 25% down that you normally would if you were buying an investment property after you've already owned a home. So I'm actually working with a young man who is about to turn 18 and he's ready to do this house hack when he turns 18 and graduates and can legally own a home. And I'm so excited for him because I'm like, man, if 20 years ago when I was 18, I could have had the knowledge that he has now and the drive and the know-how and just know what I know now and have somebody like me to guide me. whoo, like this kid gonna be multimillionaire if he keeps up with it. So yeah, house hacking is my favorite. The Burr method is cool too. Um, you know, you gotta have, I think you have to have the right team because Burr method is
Resale.
buy, rent, rehab, repeat.
I have a
Forgot,
book.
I forgot all the R's. But
Yeah, my book is in my library.
basically, you have to rehab the property. And so what I found in real estate is you can't really find a lot of good contractors. Contractors will take your money, they'll start the job and stop it. So you really want to have a good team that you could trust. If you have that, or if you have the know-how yourself, I would definitely recommend doing a Burr because then you could refinance. That's the other R. You could refinance, pull out the money that you made on that property, keep your tenant in there, and go buy more properties and do it all over again.
Okay. Well, listen, the conventional loan, I had no clue about that. I just took some notes here about the conventional loan. And it's only in
Yeah, so
Cleveland, all right?
there's the major loans out there are conventional and FHA. FHA is a government backed loan that you only need 3.5% down. Usually with the conventional, you need 10 to 20% down. But there are some downsides. You get the loan that you qualify for, but there are some downsides to the FHA loan. Like you have a PMI. It's not called a PMI with FHA. It's called something else, but basically that home buyers insurance that you normally, once you pay 20% of your house down with the conventional loan, that drops off. With the FHA loan, you'll have it for the life of the loan. So there's pros and cons to each, but conventional is a easier, sellers like to see a conventional loan because then the home doesn't need an FHA inspection. But you got to start somewhere. So I don't discourage anybody on any type of loan. You get, if you, whatever loan you got, we can work with.
Awesome. Honestly, I might move to Cleveland. Now that you mentioned there's an 18-year-old kid that's about to buy a house. I'm currently still 17. So if I turn 18, I'm ready to Cleveland. I'll be like, hey Jennifer, could you search for a home for me there? I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll hook you
That,
up. I'll hook you up.
yeah, you hook
The
me
other
up.
thing that if anybody's, first time home buyer doesn't really know what it takes to get a home loan, obviously you want a credit score. Now
Mhm.
again, if we're talking CHN, it's going to be 580. If whatever other conventional loan, usually 620. You need 2 years of work history in the same industry, W-2s, pay stubs, and tax documents.
Mm,
So that's in no late payments. So
no.
that's what the lenders will be looking for.
Ooh, ooh. So, what do you consider a good credit score? I know you just mentioned like 565, but in your eyes, what are like? Is it what is the? Because I'm not really good with the credit scores. Really don't know much, right? I still have a debit card, but I want to know like what is the highest credit score and what do people have to have? What credit score do people have to get a pre-qualified loan? L-
So it's not just the credit score that will get you pre-qualified and pre-approved. It's your whole kind of profile. Like I said, your income, your debt to income ratio. But as far as credit score goes, I believe it goes up to 850. But
Mm-hmm.
if you really, want the higher you are, the better rates you get. So you at least want over 700, 750 is a good sweet spot. But really to be able to play in the real estate market is normally 620.
Normally 620. Got you.
The other things the lenders like are diversified portfolios. So if you have, on your credit report, like a car note, a credit card, a personal loan, student loans, like diversity things that you have that you've been paying on that you can prove that you'll pay a house note.
Mm. Now, you mentioned previously talking about lenders and that sort of stuff. I sort of want to know like how do you approach in building relationships with other professionals in your industry, such as again, let's just such lenders, attorneys, and even home inspectors. How do you approach the building a relationship with them?
Well, we are in the age of social media. So, some are social media, some
Mhm.
are obviously through the connections through my broker who's knows everybody in Cleveland. So, and some, you just develop relationships on your own. I do a lot of networking. I go to networking events. I'm going to the NAREB conference in Houston in August
Ooh.
to also, meet other professionals and stuff. Um, and it's all about just networking, putting yourself out there. When you meet someone, make sure take down their number and follow up with them. And I've I've built a pretty good arsenal in the year now that I've been a real estate agent, and I know like what their niche is and what programs that that these lenders offer, and I tailor it to my client if they would like. Sometimes they come pre-approved already and they want to use their own bank, but if they don't, I do a little questionnaire with them and I'm like, oh, okay, you would be good for CHN. Let's send you to Denise. Or you would be good for Huntington. They have the $5,000 down payment assistance. Let me send you to Victoria. Or you know what, you kind of have a unique situation. You might need a mortgage broker. Let me send you to Maya. So you know what I'm saying? It's just, again, it's all individualized by my clients, but you just meet people along the way.
Wow. Yeah. So again, yeah, yeah. You just social media is really big. The network is really important, and having all these weapons in your arsenal, does this sort of help you establish trust within your clients, or do you use some strategies to ensure that they feel comfortable working with you? Meaning, you have the follow up strategy, like you follow up with them weekly. Do you say, "Hey, see, there's this problem with your house. This needs to be fixed." What sort of how do you make your clients trust you? Is it like your arsenal or something else?
It's everything. Number one, just being a genuine, trustworthy person. I believe that shows. I believe people have a natural discernment and they know when someone's blowing smoke up their behind a lot of times. And I think that, 99% of the time people could tell that I'm, a genuine person that's going to work hard for you. But otherwise, it can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so basically, it was basically how do you establish trust with your clients, and what strategy do you use to ensure they feel comfortable working with you?
Oh, thank you. So a lot of my clients are referrals. So they have already been primed by the previous client that I worked with, or, a close family member or something like that. Like I've worked with her. She's really good. Here's her number. Um, but otherwise, it's someone vouches for you. For example, being working with Brandon and Jordan, like I said, who have been in the brokerage longer than me, they're like, "Oh, Brandon." Like I'm like, "Yeah, we work in the same brokerage." They're like, "Oh, yeah, yeah." So it's just sometimes it's again about who you know and having those connections to be like, "Oh, you know him, and I've been following him for a long time. I know he's legit. So if you work with him, then I'm cool with working with you." Stuff like that.
Mm. So your networking really helps you. It really helps.
Oh, definitely,
Definitely.
definitely. Because, you can meet, like I said, contractors, plumbers, electricians. Um, you know, God will put the right people in your path, but you got to push yourself out there. So,
True. True. Well, we head into our next game show, which is really it's called Two Truths and a Lie. Basically, you will tell me two truths and one lie about yourself, and I have to guess to see which one is a lie. This could be client related, or this could be like something real estate related. Something fun fact about you. I so far have gotten none of these right. I haven't got one right. Hopefully today I get one right. Hopefully today I get it. I get the lie. But other than that, yeah, take the wheel.
oh, okay. Um, two truths and a lie. Okay. Um, let's see. I enjoy vacationing. Um, I smoke cigarettes,
Mm,
and I have two children.
okay. First one is true. Has to be true. First one has to be true. I knew. Okay. First one has to be true. I like vacation. Why would you put that if it wasn't true, right? If someone who likes vacation wouldn't say they like vacation. Maybe I'm just overthinking. Smoke cigars. See, trying to read off your face. Okay, so first one is okay. First one is a I like vacation is a lie. Sm-
No, wrong. You'll get it eventually. No, I do not smoke cigarettes. I like
Oh,
to vacation and I do have two children.
oh my God. Okay, so we 0 for 6. It's fine. Is there? I have good luck next time. Hopefully, hopefully. All right. So I have a little quote for you. I just want to know if you agree with it or you disagree with it, and then you could sort of give me your thoughts. So your first home doesn't have to be your dream home. Do you agree with it or not?
I agree.
Well, okay. Oh, what's your sort of thoughts on it? Why you think that that sort of like quote really is important to like to keep in note of your first home doesn't have to be your
Important
dream home?
because you have to, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You have to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You have to start somewhere. I was just discussing this with another client because, your income is only what it is. You're only pre-approved for so much. You might get a house that needs a few updates or whatever. But real estate is 99% an appreciating asset. So that means it's only going to go up in value.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the property, fix it up. Even if you don't fix it up, if you just kind of maintain it to where it is, probably in 10 years, you could sell it for more money. Um, you can also make money by renting it out. You don't even have to live in it. You can rent it out and make rental income. You can Airbnb it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you buy land, 10, 12 years later, a developer might be coming through and pay you like 3, 4, 5 times the amount that you paid for that land that no one thought 10, 15 years ago that there was going to be anything going on here. And the next thing you know, the area's booming and you're just making bank. So I like to hold my real estate. Some people, will sell and then what I'm saying, put the money in another property to avoid, taxes. But I like to keep all my real estate because of that reason. It appreciates. And then, eventually I'm working on, getting a trust and putting all my properties in a trust so that they will be left for my children when I die and they won't have to go through probate and all of that. So, and that's another thing that it's great for generational wealth, a home.
Oh yeah, you read my mind. I was gonna mention about generational wealth and do you think your thoughts on it. But yeah, you said it perfectly. It's really about generational wealth for the future, right? It's majority of people who are already rich and wealthy own real estate, right? Because real estate is it was an upgrade market, especially now the houses are still in demand. Well, so yeah, some places houses are still in demand. And basically the government likes to like I said, the government likes to deduct taxes. They deduct taxes because they know that houses are really important for people to live in, and people can deduct taxes based off that and see that take that as opportunity, especially as if they're an investor. If they're an investor and they see that opportunity that the government deducts the taxes of people who actually like giving homes and places to be for and other for so someone else, right? 1031 exchange. Then there's actually Airbnb, the house hacking. There's all that, and especially the subject to loans. The subject to basically is like whether you take someone else's debt and you pay it for them. So it was something along those lines, which is absolutely it's really beautiful. That is it's really all these opportunities for an investor to really tap in, and yeah, which is really a big fan of big fan of that. But was there any like, can you share like a meaningful or impactful moment from your career as a realtor that stands out to you? Even up till now?
Um, I would just like to say that even the deals that go left, because they will, and you will put a lot of time and effort into something, and then it'll just go left, and you'll never see the commission off of it because the deal won't close. There's lessons and learning in everything that you do. So I had um, a listing with a client that I ended up basically becoming friends with. And, we both had entrepreneur investor mindset. So where no, I never got commission off the deal because the buyer and the seller couldn't come to an agreement on some things. And so we just had to do a mutual release on the deal. Um, and and I could have become discouraged from it and like, dang, I put in all that work and I never got any return on it, but I did get a return because again, I'm networking with someone. I have someone that I can work with as an investor, as a friend, and as someone to share ideas with on, you know, again, creating generational wealth, building businesses, and such a thing. So as long as you try to see the silver lining in everything and not just be after a check,
Hmm.
there's wealth in other ways when you're doing this, when you're working in real estate.
Truthfully, truthfully. And you think having this approach to working with clients has helped you become different than other real estate agents? Did this
Yes,
approach?
yes, because it's not just about a check. It's about building relationships, getting them in the best home that they can afford, something that'll create generational wealth, and someone who they could trust, and someone who is timely. Because I've worked with a lot of agents who are not timely. I'm going to get it done as soon as I can get it done, usually right now. You know what I'm saying? But someone who's on your side and who has your best interest over even their own. Like we learned that in real estate school, and I really take it to heart because I really want to do right by my clients. And again, it comes full circle that way. You treat people
Hmm.
how you want to be treated, then you'll be treated in a good way, and the wealth will come back to you in different ways.
Mm. I know you as a realtor, you always go above and beyond for your clients, right? That's always a thing for you, for realtors and for you. But has there ever been a specific time and like a specific client you really put an effort in? You really put an effort to like helping them out, and as I said, really go above and beyond. Has there ever been that one experience or that one client that you've had that experience with?
I feel like that about all my clients, but um, there was one that despite as much as I tried, I was unable to help her because of her financial situation and what was going on. You know, but again, we still developed a friendship, and I'm hoping to work with her in the future again when it's a little bit more feasible.
Mm.
Um, everybody has a unique because everybody is God's child, from a homeless man, a drug addict, you know what I'm saying, to all the way up to, President Obama and everybody else. Everybody's God's child. So I try, I look at them as, more like a family or a loved one than a client. And so they're all kind of unique and special to me.
No, we actually in this podcast, I think in my third episode, we like she said like even in when it was raining, it was pouring, and it was in a storm. She had contacted because she noticed there was a leak in the roof, and even through all that storm, it was an amazing story that she actually contacted on Facebook groups as fast as possible just to get that client's roof fixed. And even though it was raining and storming that day, she actually got the job done, which I personally found that amazing. And just really wanted to know more memorable experience of other agents like yourself, right? Just really wanted to see other stories because these are stories that aren't really mentioned, right? These are stories that are not really heard of, that you don't tell anyone. And these are stories that are really important. It really defines the type of character that you are, right? It defines who you are as a person and who you are as a realtor, right? Not only as a realtor but as a person, which I'm really get inspired by those stories. But other than that, like what will you tell yourself that for your when you let's say you just started real estate when you just started real estate as a real estate agent, what would you tell yourself? Oh, as some words of advice.
Don't get discouraged because it's going to be a while before you get your first deal. And when you do get a deal, it doesn't mean that it's going to go through. So I would say don't get discouraged and listen. So a lot of times we get a lot of guidance and mentorship and we don't listen sometimes. And I'm guilty too, but just try to listen to what other real estate agents, mentors, brokers are telling you, and really try and follow what they say because they know they've been through it before. Just make it a little easier on yourself and listen and just keep always, and this is just a life advice, not just real estate advice, just always keep going. Don't let anything stop you. If you get knocked down 9 times, you get up 10.
Awesome. Yeah, it's really go Jim. Go Jim. Okay, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Now, lastly, has there ever been have you ever been passionate of like a certain issue? How do I say this? Has there ever been a cause that you've been passionate about? Like other than real estate, but is there like any side hobbies that you're really passionate about? Let's say gardening or volunteering. Like, is there any other passion that you have?
Well, as I mentioned before, I work in healthcare, and so
Mhm.
again, it's all about helping people. Um, I work in a hospital, and I see sometimes that patients aren't cared for really the way that they should be, in nursing homes, assisted livings, and sometimes even just coming from their own home because they're just getting older or getting weaker or they're sick, and just to provide the best care possible, compassionate care, and treat everyone like they're my family member, just to try and make the outcomes for them better. Because I think sometimes in the busyness of our lives, and focusing on what we want to focus on, that we forget that these other people are human beings, not just working in healthcare, but anywhere. These are other living human beings breathing that can use your help. And so whatever you can do to help them, um, you know, it's what I like to do. It's just my passion to help people.
Awesome. That's really influential. Yeah, it's really good to help people is really important. I have actually my grandparents are like in the senior home. I really like care for them, like make sure they get the best help as possible. Now,
Oh, good, good. Yeah, check on them as much as possible. Go up there as much as possible. Make sure they're eating, getting their weight checked and everything, because sometimes that stuff gets
mhm,
lost in the sauce. So,
yeah, we gotta make sure everything's checked up on that. Now, for my last game show, before the end of the before I get into like more of like who you of your social media profiles and all that is what is I call it the can you guess, right? Can you guess what's in your market? Something like that. So my question is, can you guess what is Ohio best known for?
what is Ohio best known for?
Yeah. Or known
I'm
as.
gonna say LeBron.
Okay. LeBron is a good shot. It's a really good shout. LeBron is a really good shout. But I mean like is there any like particular state name? Because I just did some research and I don't even know what this means. The
Oh, yeah. So a lot of people from other states think that Ohio is like a lot of farmland, which it is, but I've only ever lived in the city. So yeah, but I guess some people like say like farmland, Bob Evans restaurant. I don't know if you ever heard of that before.
I,
I don't know
yeah,
what else we would be known for.
it's called Buckeye State. Buckeye State. What does that mean? I don't even know what that
So
is.
there's a tree called the Buckeye tree, and I'm not
Uh,
sure if you ever ate those cookies. They actually make little cookies with the peanut butter and chocolate. It's like peanut butter dipped in chocolate, and then that's what the Buckeye looks like. You could Google
Nutella.
it. It falls off the trees. They're
Uh,
Buckeye nuts. They fall off the trees, and yeah,
okay.
that's we have a lot of Buckeyes. So
Oh.
yeah, Ohio State is something we're known for. That's our college team.
Mhm.
They're really good. They went to the championship, but unfortunately they lost this last time. But they've won quite a few championships before, and they're called the Ohio State Buckeyes as well.
Ah. Okay. I didn't. I don't know. I'm not really aligned with sports that much. So I feel sort of totally lost in the sauce here. I do know LeBron though, so I do take some credit in that. I do know
Yeah.
LeBron.
If you know Michael Jordan, you know LeBron.
Exactly. So, Jennifer, thank you for being here with me. And before we actually close this off, where can people find you? On what social platforms?
Oh, check me out at Millionaire Minds Real Estate on Instagram. And you
Mhm.
can call me at 330 or text at 330-716-1567. Um, that's my two main modes of getting a hold of me. You could also email me at millionairemindsrealestate@gmail.com. Please let me
Mhm.
know any of your real estate questions. If you need an agent, if you need even refer to agent in your state. Like I said, we have a lot of connections within our brokerage. So anything you need, reach out to a girl.
Awesome. So I'm gonna drop a little survey link, just a feedback to me and how what I could do better for my next agents coming onto this podcast. I'm gonna drop in the link below. And guys, new agents or experienced agents or even SMMA owners, right? I know you guys are watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and share this video. One like is one share, one like is one more agent. Really appreciate you guys for giving me the support. And remember, check out Jennifer out. I'll leave her links in the description below. And then, of course, investors looking to Cleveland, you got your girl, right? The go Cleveland. Anyways, guys, take care and bye.